Who wants to have a life filled with convenience? Let's take a look at how having monies can make your life pretty comfortable. Hello and welcome back as we continue in our growth series on wealth. As much as any individual might want to brush it off as insignificant, comfort is truly the third reason we need wealth and justifies its pursuit. On the off chance you haven't already watched the first two parts covering freedom and security, we suggest you start there as those are typically the primary one to touch on the positive benefits brought on by wealth. We put the links in the top right corner of the video, or you can also find them in the text below. How do you like to express your love? Smash the like button below this video now. So, what is comfort? Is it the minimization of suffering and hopelessness? A person can go through life with comfort and focus on pleasure and well-being. We are sensory creatures, so it comes in many shapes and forms. It goes beyond the lovely couch in your home. With that said, let's begin with what's inside the body. Comfort by food. What we put in our body and environment influences the way we experience life. The most significant benefits of wealth allow you to improve them by your personal needs and long-term visions. Choosing the right food has become a luxury and an inconvenience for the average person. How much easier is it to grab some takeaway than to make yourself a salad? Not to mention the most of the time it's even cheaper. Many folks eat junk food because of convenience and, on the second layer, financial reasons. Wealth is a facilitator for the quality intake. If you feed yourself with appropriate food for you, you feel great, and this feeling is a form of comfort. Your body feels great, your muscles are getting stronger, and your brain functions at a higher level. What a fantastic feeling! It allows you to take care of the number one person you should take care of. It is you. Our early precursors saw nourishment as true wealth. Those who controlled food resources were the wealthiest. They didn't have to battle for survival. Imagine just how big an impact food has on our comfort in life. Now we have this underlying component to associate food with our well-being. There's an entire universe of sensory experiences triggered by food. You could explore every culture around the world through culinary experiences if you want. To continue forward with the next layer, we'll find shelter. Comfort by shelter. The shelter is a combination of freedom and security. It's your private corner of the universe. You've designed it to fit who you are to the best of your abilities. You're the queen or the king in this empire that you created. Your home might be the place where you will spend most of your time while sleeping in your bed. The purpose of wealth is to give you as much comfort throughout your life as possible. There is no more of a precise application than in your own home. People need space, clean air, and water. The correct setting can radically improve creativity, release stress, and increase happiness. The average person cannot afford true comfort. As a society, we have chosen to organize economic development before the quality of life. People are living in suboptimal conditions. Less it is closer to self-picked cages. So how can someone be happy when you're living like this? Some people are fortunate to have a home. They are the global middle class, while a good portion of the population lives in slums. It is the reason why you want to avoid being naive and working so hard. It is why you want to innovate and focus on building your wealth. You probably do not want anybody you care about ever to go back to these conditions. We are in front of the third and probably the most crucial type of comfort. Growth of child in a comfortable environment. The light side of growing up poor is that you don't know that. Inevitably, you realize it, and by that time, it can be too late. Growing up in poverty has put some scars on your soul and already altered who you are as a person. It influences your core decision-making factors. In a tiny amount of them, a fire starts burning up inside of them, and that allows them to escape poverty. This hunger usually never stops. On the other hand, the rest just settle for what's comfortable to them: mediocrity. Mediocrity means putting up with shit you shouldn't have to just because that's how things are. Abuse, discomfort, and discrimination. Those are just a few pieces of what this lifestyle endures. You can easily shield the next generation of these scars through wealth. We all desire our kids to grow up, thrive, be healthy, solid, and valuable members of our society. You have the power to change the landscape through wealth. You can give those who have the potential a fighting chance to follow what they truly feel like and not do what they should in the hopes of survival. There are many kinds of comfort out there. A few seem to be more valuable than be sure that your child is safe. No matter how wealthy you are, teaching your kids about the value of money is an essential task to do. And this leads us again to the following kind of comfort. Comfort by privacy. As I was talking about freedom, I've touched a bit of privacy. However, there's more about it in terms of comfort. Privacy is when the world is leaving you alone to be yourself. You can be peaceful and comfortably away from any social problems. As the world evolves more and more, we are likely beginning to see privacy as one of the essential elements we want for a comfortable and free life. It is especially with how technology is evolving. Intelligent people figured that in 1948, under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 12. It says, "No one shall be subjected to arbitrary or unlawful interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to unlawful attacks on his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks." Almost all countries signed up to abide by this. So what is the concern about social media actively taking out data to make money? What about facial recognition software installed on street cameras all around the globe? However, things get a little bit more tricky here because the argument always boils down to protect people from terror. That is valid, but if this comes through the infringement of human privacy rights, are we making progress as a society? Nobody can live a genuinely comfortable life knowing that everything they do is being monitored and used against them, because that's not what freedom is. Everything you do online is tracked. Every search you make, every click you do, every website, your name, your face, age, location, love, interests, and marital status. And they even measure your time looking at someone's photo to draw some data. This is why we personally no longer connect to the internet without a VPN. It's a simple-to-use software that hides all this information from prying eyes with one click. You just never realize how much different elements can affect your comfort. Which takes us to the last one in our life. Emotional comfort by fun. How would your life be without a little bit of fun? It is an essential spice. The purpose of wealth allows your well-being to be experienced in all shapes and forms. Fun is an integral part of being alive. We all have a spectrum of desires. Capital can fulfill a good portion of them. So always remember to use your wealth also to cheer your time. Almost every type of fun can be fed with money, from travel adventures to toys. When you receive a gift, a certain feeling you get when a dose of dopamine hits you. Since we are social creatures, fun is a very shareable concept. You can enjoy the fun with other people and share the dopamine-inducing source with them. Why would you want to go through life not having fun? Money and wealth are supposed to feed energy, not the other way around. Some people live to work, but others work so they can live. Remember it as long as you live. Make money, hit your goals, be disciplined, but remember to use it to create an extraordinary life so that it isn't just a financial target. The concept of fun includes everything that makes your experience feel like it was worthwhile. What are some of the most valuable things you have from your past? Those are the fun memories you have been able to collect. Nobody remembers their 7th paycheck, but we all remember hanging out with our pals. Fun is a true comfort of emotions. But some fun comes from material things. Others might find fun through connecting to the universe in the sense of emotions. Take a look at wealth as a source of comfort. Can you realize the holistic approach one should follow? It starts to feed your body, protect your body, control your mind, and look out for the future in the context of taking care of your soul. Wealth can do all of this for you if you know how to use it. And that is even not all. We will continue in the next part. So if you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and let us help you get wherever you want to go. Life seems nowadays too short to live comfortably all the time in one place with one kind of a mindset and not exploring the potential of life you've been given. See you soon.